Hey everybody, just Jesse here, welcoming you back to my garage, my man cave, for another day of accountability. I want to ask how you guys are doing with your accountability. Are you steady with me, or have you fallen off a little bit? And if you've fallen off, it's okay. Today's a new day. We can always start over. There's always a way to go up. There's always a way to, even if you fall forward. You're always moving forward. Baby steps will win the race. Today is Sunday, May 17th, the year 2020, and I want to talk to you today in Proverbs chapter 17. But it's really going to be about life and how it's not about position, but empowerment. Proverbs 17:2 says that a prudent servant will rule over a disgraceful son and will share the inheritance as a family member. After reading that, it becomes more evident that our influence has less to do with our position or our title, and and more to do with the life that we live. You see, it isn't about position at all, but production. Are you walking the walk and are you talking the talk? It also isn't about the education that you get, but about the empowerment that you give. We're supposed to be vessels that are filled up and overflowed into other vessels. That means that we need to, one, answer a bunch of questions that God has for us in order to make sure that we're ready to pour out to others. One of the other things that really sticks out to me is one of life's key words: credibility. Now, we gain credibility when our lives match our talk, when we practice what we preach. When both add value to others, that exact point is when we gain that credibility that God's talking about. So just as Proverbs 17:2 says, it's better to be a wise slave than a disgraceful son, or than a foolish son. Life is tough, and at times it's unfair. But do you let it get you down, or do you fight it? There are some questions that God asks, and we can fight how tough and how unfair life is with things like consistency. Are you the same person regardless of who's with you? I know that has a lot to do with character, but being consistent means that every day you're the same, and it doesn't matter what other piece gets put in your life that day. You will remain the same because you're consistent. How are your choice-making skills? That's a big thing with God. Do you make your decisions based on how your decisions will benefit you, or how they will benefit others? They always need to go towards how they will benefit others. I know that when I make choices, a lot of my choices are selfish, and that's something that I need to work on. And so that's a question that I will have to answer to myself and to God every day. The other thing is that do you give credit where it's due? I'm not a person that wants to take credit for like anything. I don't like to be in big crowds. I don't like to be noticed. I do like, one of my love languages is words of affirmation, but I don't need to hear it from everybody. So do I give credit where it's due? Am I quick to recognize others for their efforts when I succeed? That's the question. That's the answer to the question. Do you give credit where it's due? It's not that you're saying, oh, they're so great, or oh, I did a good thing. It's how well did you recognize that other person for maybe your success, for slingshotting you there. So what does your character look like, really? Do you work harder at your image or your integrity? Now, I will always preach, be a man of integrity, be a person of integrity, because that's all we have in life. Our word is our bond. Our word with God, when we give that, when we become saved, we give our word that we're going to place Christ at the foot of our relationship with ourselves, with with our spouses, with any other relatives or friends that we have. Christ has to be number one. So that is something that I've made my choice on. I'm going to be a person of integrity. That's what I'm going to do every day. And that's what I ask myself. Now, what's your take on credibility, though? Have you recognized that credibility is a victory, not just a gift? So, how well do you think that you stacked up against the questions that God had for us today? Are you consistent? Do you make sound choices? Do you give credit where it's due? What's your character look like? And do you treat credibility as a victory and not as a gift? Now, I know that I have lots of work to do on every one of those, and it's nice to be able to write them down and see what I have to work on. But other parts of these questions, I believe I have done a decent job on, and I know that you guys out there have too. So it's about putting all of the questions together as a big picture item. So we just have to remember that life isn't about our position, but our empowerment. What are we doing? What are we giving away to other people? How are we empowering other people to serve Christ? Because that's our number one goal, is to bring people to Christ. So if we're serving Christ, then we need to be empowering other people to serve Christ, because duplicability is the main cause of growth. So how can we be duplicated if we're not going out there and empowering other people to, one, duplicate themselves as well, but bring people to Jesus? So, all right, guys, I've enjoyed talking with you today. Today's been an eye-opening experience with all of the questions. And I would love to hear from you guys, so go ahead and leave me some comments in the comment section. If you like what I have to say, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I do like to see that it's reaching somebody. I know that it reaches myself, and that my accountability trek is just so I stay in the Word, but I do like to know that the Word is touching somebody. So if you haven't subscribed already, I ask that you go ahead and subscribe for me. I do like to know that you're out there. I do want to talk to you. I do want to help you with anything that you need help with. If you guys need help, you can always reach out to me in the comments or on social media, or if you have my phone number, just text me. I really enjoy doing these accountability videos for you guys, but it also helps keep me steady. So there are ways that you can look at life and to ask yourself, what is this life going to give me that I can use to glorify Jesus? And if one thing for me is making a video just saying, hey, I'm accountable today, this is what I learned, then so be it. But if you guys haven't already subscribed, or if you have and you don't know when my videos come out, they come out every day. I am striving to be accountable and in the Word every single day, so I will put a video out when I'm accountable, and that'll let you know. So the last thing is if you want to know about those videos, go ahead and ring the bell. It'll send you a notification every single time I post a video. All right, guys, thanks for your time. I love you guys. I hope you have a great night. Go and grow, and make sure that when you're talking to God, you ask Him to take the mess that our life is today and turn it into a message. All right, guys.